This is CJ with the nationally recognized ad guy Chris Birt, and he's making it hard to ignore the buzzy elements of his book, Awareness Without Advertising.
Ooh, I like that drawing. Yeah, it looks like the cover. It looks like the cover of my book. That's pretty close. Except this is a lavender bee. I'm thinking about women a lot. You know, their issues and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to draw that?
I spent the morning. I mean, it was kind of an evolutionary process. Yeah. Yeah. The B is for buzz.
Okay.
And you generate awareness without advertising through buzz.
By the way, he is the CEO of ABdBUZZ. What's the best thing about your book?
It fits in a jacket pocket.
Who has a jacket pocket that big?
Well, it fit in my wife's purse. There, see? See? Here, see? See that? See that?
What inspired you to write a book?
Well, I've long believed that advertising is all about talk value, right? And yet brands still don't really get that. And if you create advertising that has talk value, you don't have to pay the media companies to run it for you.
Oh, we love hearing that.
Oh, well, yeah, exactly. So this is essentially, this interview is a big, you're going down, man. But if you run my stuff, you know, maybe I'll pay you to run my stuff. Okay.
Yeah. That's not allowed.
Sorry. I'll tell you what to say. No. Just, no.
Wow, this is almost as out of control as a fancy rape performance.
I said everybody say.
That's right. But the thing is, if you design an ad that's talking about, so that brings something up that people want to talk about, think in terms about how you can fit your message into a conversation that's already being had out there. They don't think that way. I mean, this Gillette advertising, right, recently with the toxic masculinity stuff, you know. Well, I mean, now every time I shave, right, I'm saving a woman's bottom from being patted or something. My whole career has been based on creating advertising that people talk about. You know, I mean, it goes back to, you know, you've covered some of my campaigns. Yeah. For example, you single-handedly helped a little brewing company here become the best brewery in Minnesota by publishing a story about a campaign I had with a fake Italian model that was called Lorenzo Lucid, and women had made, you know, marriage proposals to him and whatnot, and I finally had to blow his cover through your column. And shortly thereafter, you know, there's about 5,000 likes that came in the door. And yeah.
I write it, I forget it. I had forgotten about that.
Thank you so much. I'm glad I've had such an impression. In fact, advertising is supposed to be memorable. So we'll just strike that from the record, okay? See, I'm clearly not paying you to say anything, right? But no, I had another ad, that campaign that you covered, where I use, when the Minnesota Lynx were just getting going. And this is back when they had, you know, about 1,000 people in the stands. Oh, wait, I suppose I shouldn't say that, should I? Well, there was just a few people watching the game. And I did an ad about Simone Augustus, and my whole idea was women can play a fierce game of basketball, you know, and the bias at the time was, no, I'm not going to go watch women play basketball because the men have a better game. Well, that clearly wasn't the case. So I did create an ad where I compared Simone Augustus to Michael Jordan after surgery, and I said that maybe you might want to come out and see her. Yeah. Absolutely. I got in trouble for it, but the ticket sales went up, the walk-up traffic went up 41% that first year, right? So once that happened, you know, yeah. So it's whatever you can do to get the message out.
So how many hours were spent at coffee shops writing this? Okay,
coffee shops. I did this in my multinational empire. I did it here, Sun Valley, Colorado. You know, we do have a little fishing cabin in Sun Valley. But I think most of it I did in the Twin Cities. I'm from Minnesota. I mean, I grew up all over the place. But I think there's a lot of companies here that are getting hip to it. Because clearly this is still a cathedral of creativity here in the Twin Cities.
And this is clearly one of the most creative people around, no matter what side of the camera he's standing. Come on, Chris. You knew I was going to find a way to work those moves into this video.